Welcome back to Conscious Living Labs. I'm Patrice.
I'm Luke.
Today we're on the topic of parenting. So we were talking the other night with some friends who have kids as well, and as you do, the topic came up about how everyone is managing the challenge of having kids and balancing everything. So your family life, your home life, your work life, and having some me time as well.
So yeah, we all agreed on the fact that when you're on the edge with your kids, when you can't bear them anymore, it's generally because you've been neglecting your own needs, because you're missing something that makes you available and able to give them the best of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we're all familiar with the concept of self-care. You can only give to others what you give to yourself first. I like the way Dan Siegel talks about this in his book, Parenting from the Inside Out. He terms this response flexibility and says that parents need to develop their response flexibility, which is mainly the ability to be able to pivot in the moment with your children and whatever comes up for them, and be able to, manage your emotions and your equilibrium. Now, easier said than done. He also talks about the fact that when you are extremely tired, when you're emotionally out of sorts, you reduce your response flexibility and your default happens. So then that's the time when you can't take anymore, your kid triggers you and you're just at the edge and you can explode. That's where we tend to overreact rather than respond to the actual situation in front of us with our child. And unfortunately for them, it causes a trauma, and it's something that straight away you as a parent, if you're anything like me, you feel extremely guilty about. And as soon as you come back to yourself, you regret what you said or done. So basically, the bottom of all of that is that if you are not looking after yourself, then you're depleting yourself and you get down to that very basic reaction, and you can tend to overreact.
Yeah, there is a subtle balance between being self-full, which means looking after yourself to then be able to give to others and be the best you can be for others, and selfish, where you only bother about yourself. And that's a very distinct point we want to make here as well.
We're talking obviously about being self-full. So filling your cup first so you can help others. The other important thing to mention here is something that we don't hear talked about a lot, and it's that children learn from what they live. So essentially, if we're modeling looking after everyone else's needs before our own, we're pretty much modeling unworthiness to our children. So what are they going to do? They copy what they've learned, and that becomes a program. They grow up, they go out into the world, they look for some significant other to put before themselves so that they can feel worthy of love, and voila, we've repeated the cycle.
Exactly, so let's be the example of what we want our kids to show in the world and to be in the world, like always.
Yeah, now that we're aware of it, we can do something about it. So there's really no other way around it. It's so important. For me, I have to make sure that I prioritize myself, and it's not often easy to do that. So in order to make it a habit, I find that scheduling my ritual for looking after myself helped me create a habit that then became intrinsic. So every day I have my morning ritual that sets me up, and that includes exercise and meditation and, a healthy breakfast. And then I can continue for the day and I'm fueled myself. And other things that we do as well, like, we have massages regularly. We also have our date time, and that's important too.
On my side, my needs are at least a couple of hours in nature once a week, where I can completely refill my cup and feel a lot better and ready to handle anything afterwards. We've also learned that couple time away from the children to really nourish our relationship is vital for the whole dynamic at home. That relationship is the foundation for life at home, and without looking after it, everything erode and break down gently without us seeing it.
Yeah, it's so important. So getting time out to spend by yourselves and trying not to talk about the kids is super important. And it's gotten to the point with us that Luke will notice if I'm on the edge and that I need some me time, and I'll notice if he does. So I might say, honey, do you want me to look after Noah? You can go take your walk or go for a hike. And he does the same for me. And I'm getting pretty good at not taking it personally now, because I know that he's just looking out for me. So if you like this topic, we'd love to hear from you. And if you had any light bulb moments, let us know in the comments. And also, if you have a great self-care ritual, we'd love to hear all about it. Until next time.
Have a fantastic week.